Hey everybody, it's Tom here. Welcome back to my shop. So I'm waiting on material to continue working on the jib crane, and since I've got a little bit of time, I figured let me go check the to-do list on the board and see if there's something I can do while I'm waiting. So we're over here at the Monarch, and one of those to-do things was make a set of soft jaws for this 12-inch bison chuck. So I'll admit I don't do a lot of ultra precision work, and that's where some soft jaws would come into play, because even though this is a good quality chuck, it just has a smidgen of run out, and if you need no run out, then either you're going to have to go with a 4-jaw, and this is a serious pain to take off and put the big 4-jaw on. So I 99% of the time just keep this 3-jaw on. So the other option is a set of soft jaws. I don't need them right now, but I figured why not go ahead and make a set, have them ready, so if a job comes in that I need to use soft jaws, then the customer's not waiting for me to make those and then to get on his repair. So that's what this video is about. I've already taken one of the jaws off, got it over on the workbench taking some measurements, so let me grab the camera and show you our plan of attack. So this is one of the jaws. So what we're going to have to do is, mill this underneath here, and then of course a couple holes. Got a bunch of this aluminum stock here. So it's 1.5 by 1 1/4. Or for you metric folks, it's about 38 millimeters by 31 millimeters. So got a little bit of a rough sketch and dimensions. I don't know if you can see it. Let me stand in front of the light. That might be better, so it's not blown out. Kind of get an idea what we got to do. So I'll go ahead and get this cut down into 3 pieces about this size, and then y'all meet me over at the mill. Guess I better throw it. You guys new to the channel, saw time means chaos time. He's like, you ain't doing nothing, throw my toy. All right. Hey buddy. I know, I see you're wound up, and you're ready to go. All right, one more and I got to tend to the saw. Set up over here at the mill. Got a 2-flute 1/2-inch end mill. We need to cut this slot, which is 1/2 inch. But before we can do that, we need to basically deck these 2 sides down. So we've got this center section that sits proud. So there's a 125 thou difference. So we got to go 125 thou deep. Got a no bozo line there, so let's trim some aluminum. And to move you over so you can see, let's find our zero here. And there she is. And let's see, we'll do a 75. Well, let's do 50, 51, 625. That'd be half, right? Figured it'd be easier just to buzz it this way real quick and put in a face mill, since we got to run this 1/2 inch anyways. Should be right there on our line. Looks like we got her. Alright, let's go down to our final depth. Had to move you a little bit there. Sorry about that. Quill DRO hitting the camera. Just finished decking this part and got this down to the width we need, which was 749. If you guys can see that, I don't know if I can hold it. Probably getting washed out. Let me see here. Try that. All right, now let's run the end mill straight through. Get that slot cut. I can hold the camera and get a little vibration. Doing this one-handed. Run some air, hold on. Okay. All right, cool. So I deburred everything, gave it a test fit, and this slot was just too snug, didn't want to go on, so I had to chuck it back up and take about 1.5 thou off each side. So now it fits really good if I can get it lined up. There. Nice. So as you can see, we got a good fit. So I will go and do the other two up to this stage off camera, and then I'll bring you back when it's time to basically drill a couple holes and countersink them. Now it's time to drill the holes. Getting a little creative to find it. So we're already fine on the y-axis because I haven't moved the table off of it when we milled the middle slot, so to speak. And so we've got to get this, but this is important, this distance from obviously these center standoff that locates. So just getting a little creative. Got me some high-speed steel, which is just the right height. Got a gauge pin that fits this hole nice and snugly. This is like 540 or something, so they over drilled it. So if I line it up like that, I've already just tested it, but I'll show you for you guys, and I'll come in. There we go. So that'll be that hole, and measuring, I think 2.5 inches to this hole. So let's drill some holes. Well, being that it's aluminum, I'm just going to go ahead and sand it. I'm not going to waste my time with the center drill. Hopefully it's not a mistake. Not sure how sharp this drill bit is. We'll see. But use it to make chips. Almost through. Let's move over. Get the backlash out. We'll come back here, get to 0. Of course, this should hardly have any backlash being new, but still should be a smidgen. All right, hole number 2. This is WD-40, by the way, if I didn't mention. All right, I'll go ahead and get the other 2 knocked out off camera, and then we'll put in a countersink, and we'll flip them over and get them countersunk. Let's do some countersinking here. These are nice and new. I've had them for a while, just don't have any opportunities to use them. You gotta go down 1/2 inch here. Alright, that should be it. Give her a test and see. Yeah, right on the money. Cool. guys still in frame? Yeah, there you go. Lock the table. Alright, one is done. I'll do the other two off camera, and you'll meet me back at the Monarch. We'll get these on. All right, we got us a set of soft jaws, it looks like. Need to clean the scroll. I think she's got a little bit of gunk in there. It doesn't feel like chips, it just feels stiff in some spots. So probably a good cleaning is something to add to the to-do list. But cool. Check her out. All right, so simple project. Hope you guys enjoyed it. A little bit of milling, that's about it. Glad to have a set ready to go in case a job comes in for it. That way I gotta spend a couple hours, making the set. So, and then once I use these and they're no longer usable anymore, I mean, obviously you can use them a few times depending on what you're doing. And when they run out of their lifespan, I'll just make another set. So, thought you guys will enjoy it. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you subscribing and hanging out with me. And not sure what the next video will be or when it'll come out. Should have the material, I think, next week for the jib crane build, which means it'd be 2 weeks by the time I finish fabricating it and film everything. So not sure. We'll see how it goes, but that's job shop life. So till the next video, we'll see you guys. Take care. All right, bye.